What the fuck are we talking about?
How the fuck have we tried to be so professional? We've gone from 0 to 100 real quick. Who the fuck do we think we are?
Quick.
I thought it was already recording, I'm honest with you.
Just a plug for the teeth. That's all it was.
Literally. Yeah. So, bringing you a new and improved version of the podcast in person.
HD.
Seats and everything.
4K. Is it 4K this?
Is this 4K?
Fucking hope not.
I know, yeah, can you see these?
Anyway, so another episode of the podcast. New year, new you, all that jazz. So
Same
is it
me,
the first
mate.
one of the year?
So, yeah, it is this.
Yeah, it is.
Happy New Year, a bit
Happy
late.
New Year. Everyone, yeah. Same me though, still a dickhead.
Yeah.
Identical.
Big dickhead. Bigger dickhead.
Yeah.
So what's new you, mate? What's plans?
Just trying to get as swole as possible, you know the score.
For what? Are you compete this year?
Gonna do I'm hoping to do the back end of the year, September, October. Same time as you, really.
Yeah, well, September, October time.
I just need a bit more time after almost breaking my fucking back.
What happened?
What did happen? Training with you two, actually, really, wasn't it? Yeah.
What did we train?
It was, I trained with
arms.
We was in another room, to be fair.
Yeah, you was in another room. I was in the pain room, yeah. Bulging disc. We've been through all this, what, my finger up the arse and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Fucking, he remembers it well. I forgot about that.
I'm trying to do it again, to be fair.
What's new you, bud? Still getting massive?
Still calories. That's me, innit? just calories. That's my world at the moment.
I mean, you did a reel the other day and someone inboxed you saying, can tell he's on a bulk.
Is this the most you've pushed?
Heaviest you've been at?
Heaviest I've been,
Yeah.
Leanest you've been though this week?
Leanest and heaviest I've been.
They're still pretty lean, isn't it, as well?
It's going alright, to be fair. And there's like 14 months left, I think, still.
Yeah. We'll just have to...
40 months of pushing.
Yeah.
Painful, that.
Yeah, but we'll just break it up.
Yeah, you'll have to.
20 weeks, 10 weeks.
Yeah.
Best way to do it.
I'm looking forward to the pullback, I think.
Yeah, mate.
Already.
I was saying this the other day, though. I reckon you always got about... I say it's Mo, actually. You know when we came back from your... I think it was your show that you did. Remember the...
Which one?
In London, at Excel.
Oh, yeah.
And we all
I mowed it as well.
Yeah, and Mark was in the car and we were driving back. And we all said, we're going to stay accountable. We're going to keep each other accountable. In the off-season, we need to keep this energy.
I meant it as well, though.
Yeah.
I didn't mean
At the
it.
time, It's like when you're with a bird and you're like, you're saying it and you mean it, but it's
I do love it. I did when I said it.
Yeah, I love you. I think I love you, but I won't pull out. Yeah. No. But the thing is, it's like, we all said we'll keep each other accountable. And then I looked like Mo was like, well, what it was. And then it was 6 months down the line.
Fucking hell, Mark went off the ball for how long? He's back now. But like, same with me, same with you, all of us.
I'm practically a gymnast. That's just sexual positions. Yeah. But yeah, like I said to him, we all said we're going to stay accountable. But I think you've got a time scale of, 20 weeks, 6 months of a push phase. Yeah. And then you've got I don't know what it is. What do you think that makes you drop off?
I think every single time since the fucking day of dawn is we all push too quick. We either push the rebound, or if we don't push the rebound and we go into a bit of a cruise and hell phase or whatever you want to call it, then when you get back on, you just push too quick. That scale starts to go up, you get addicted to it, you get strong really fast, you get full, you're looking lean, you just continue to push and then you break. And I
think it's the urgency as well of like being scared that you're not going to make enough progress.
Well, yeah, so like, the reason, like I'm saying there, you push quick because you're like, shit, I need to get this progress now. Do you know what I mean? But if you'd have said, all the times in between now that I've wasted by my digestion being wrecked or my sleep being wrecked or motivation being gone or through injuries, I'm like, if it had just come out the gate much slower, you'd still be progressing now.
I was saying this to Mo yesterday, exactly the same thing. I was like, you wouldn't do a fucking cycle like you do at the end of prep and of all this, that loads of cardio at the start. You'd say, whoa, what are you doing? Using all your tools. But for some reason, when you head into an off-season, you're like, fuck this, I've got 6 months to put 10 pounds on, and you just whack everything.
Do you think is as well, you fully believe it every time?
Yeah.
Because of the way, because you've been starving, depleted, you've been in this total crazy, like, selfish, focused mindset for so long. At that time, the shit that you say, you believe it. You know, like, you start having one cheat meal a week and it's like, I get burger and chips from this place. I'm going to do that every single week. Yeah. It doesn't happen, does it?
No. I think as well, because you prioritise bodybuilding, well, I know for me, I prioritise bodybuilding so much in prep, I feel like I owe it to like my family, my friends,
I was gonna say
to have some sort of normality. So it's very hard to stay locked into that, because I think everybody gives you a bit of a wide berth when you can literally like, I'm on prep, and they're like, oh, right, okay.
Yeah, they respect it. Yeah. When you've been
Bodybuilding
doing it
for
so
10
long.
years, it's like he's on prep, he can't eat out, or even if you go to a family function and it's like, obviously went to my mum's funeral the other day, and I was like, you eat? And I'm like, no, I'm like, oh yeah, don't worry. Like, literally, yeah, we get it.
Yeah.
Like, but where it used to when I was younger, it's like I'd have to go into my car because I couldn't be asked with everybody going, what's that you're eating?
Yeah.
Why the fuck are you not having any? I love Buffy as well.
I've done the same.
Fucking love a Buffy.
Bro, I remember my granddad's funeral a couple of years ago, same kind of thing. I had the boot open in the car. I was getting ready to carry the coffin, and I was like, throwing this kneeling thing.
Putting the fucking Tupperware on top of the coffin like that.
Coffin on one shoulder, Tupperware on the other shoulder.
So that's fucking like, one sec, guys. I've just got to get this feeling. Fucking hell.
Hold on a minute.
Yeah, hold on a minute. I've got catabolic here. Got a coffin.
But in no fucking rush. He's going nowhere.
It's
He's going nowhere.
Yeah, he's waiting around for 80 years. He's going nowhere now. Fucking shoulder. Well, that's how you got shoulders,
That's
carrying
what
coffin.
it's for, yeah.
Fucking hell. But yeah, it's the same thing. Like, you just know that you got to give back to your family, you got to give back to your friends, and so it's easier to say, well, yeah, okay, then no one gives you that wide berth.
But you miss out on so much that when it comes to trying to give back, you're like, shit, if I give back everything now, that's every single day of the week.
Yeah.
I won't be able to bodybuild again or stay on plan because you've got so much to catch up on. It is difficult.
It is difficult to balance that out, innit? And that's why I think a lot of bodybuilders become isolated.
Yeah.
And it becomes like this lonely sport. Unless you've got a group of people, and you see it all the time, people moving to ultra flexes and all over the country to be around
the right type of people.
Just like-minded people, because we are very fucking strange, aren't we?
It's very different, mate, isn't it? It's not a hobby, is it?
No, I think as well it goes down to obviously your partner as well, because there's not many women who can put up with it.
Not many women could put me full stop. We're on bodybuilding, not
But that
bodybuilding.
actual life, they all say, oh yeah, I'd love to do it, and then when it gets down to it,
Cost me an absolute fortune in handbags. Handbags and holidays. I'm like,
Trafford trips.
yeah, Trafford trips, cars. Like, I've done all that. I'm like, yeah, fuck, I'll just buy you. It's all right, get a new car. I'm going to carry on prep.
Oh, that's it, though, innit? In prep, you don't give a fuck.
Mate,
You do not.
as long as I can prep,
Yeah.
I'm like,
You're all right.
what's that? Yeah, just get it.
Yeah.
No, whatever, just get it. Or the worst one I always find as well is fucking 2 on trend. Yeah, 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. Maybe no, 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. Can't sleep. Internet shopping.
Yeah.
What's the worst thing? What's the worst thing you've bought?
Tough question. I don't know. I think I just buy random shit. I can't think of anything big that I've bought.
See, it wasn't actually anything big, but I spent 180 quid on cereal, on American cereal.
Wow.
But I didn't. I was just like, and then I thought, I need it. I need
I
it.
need that shit.
So,
fruit pebbles and stuff.
oh mate, it was like on
What then?
American
Cinnamon
candy,
Crunch?
yeah, American candy, and they were
class.
like 18 quid a box.
Yeah, class.
And I was just buying all these boxes, and then literally when I finished prep, I got a big fruit bowl thing. I was like, right, I'm gonna eat them all. I had like one bowl. I was like,
Yeah.
fucking hell. I had to just give them away.
Destroys you as well, doesn't it? Yeah.
That's the thing as well. You tell everybody, don't you, when you're coaching them, like food focus. Because I've done some weird shit in my time, but I used to get a box and lock everything in the box.
Yeah.
You
Have a
like a treat box.
yeah for like after you show and whatnot.
Like I'd never do that now.
No.
But when you first ever prep, isn't it?
You start every week. You go, I fancy that. I fancy that. I fancy that. You start jotting down all these restaurants that you need to fucking visit and all that.
I
shit.
did it like one of my first ever preps. I'd be like, right, I'm gonna eat breakfast here, and then I booked like this restaurant for dinner. And it got to tea, and I was just like, I booked the restaurant. I was like, I can't fucking move.
Yeah.
My stomach's absolutely fucked.
Mate,
Digestion.
I did it one day. I think it was after the British final. I put like £18 on in a day.
£18 in a day.
£18 a day.
Drink your own piss.
And I remember being at the last, done what you said, went out for breakfast, went to Five Guys, all these places. I'm trying to do it all in one day. And I remember being sat in India and I was drinking pints of Cobra. And I could feel it, feel my face filling up. You know that feeling?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm
You got edema.
yeah.
Fucking
I was like, I'm going to have to just finish this and then go to the hospital.
The worst one the worst one I've done is I finished the show, and then I literally was in the hotel room, had the Big Millie's cookies.
Yeah.
Big Millie's cookies, biscuits, everything. And then I got a fucking text message at must have been about 12:30, saying, oh, do you want to shoot for Flex magazine tomorrow? William Bonnack's in at William Bonnack's in at 6 a.m. Can you be in at 7 a.m? And I'm thinking,
Oh, shit.
oh, fuck. So I was like, right, what do I do? So I was like, right, Diazide, fucking diazide, cardio, Epsom salt bath, still look shit. I was like, fuck's sake. I literally said to the guy who was doing the pictures, I was like, I'm just going to keep my vest on. I look like, because you get a sick pump, don't you?
Yeah.
But my, you know when you get that film.
It's just like one big solid block, innit?
Yeah, but it's always the same thing with everybody when they eat after the show. And like, if I could have gone on stage like this, I'm like, trust me, you'd have looked a bag of dicks on stage like that. In the gym, you look mega. But on stage,
I've done it after the show where I've got to the hotel, pizza, all the sweets, chocolate crisp, just laid the bed with it. I'm eating, I'm throwing up, and I'm like, all right, there's room for more now. Then go back. But it was one of them hotels, which was like a what are they called? Like a hostel. I thought it was a proper.
Room?
What was it? Oh,
I don't know if it's called a hostel. I'm not sure. It was in the centre of Birmingham. There's loads of them about. If I said the name, you'd know it. But like where I gone down thinking.
Please sell.
Yeah, please sell. Thinking there's gonna be a quality breakfast and they go in. It was nothing. It was one of them like continental
Rooms. Is it called rooms?
No, it's not called rooms. It begin with an E. It don't matter to me, does it? It was fucking shit, put it that way. Yeah, I had to go somewhere for breakfast. I was devastated.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with breakfast, so I'm like, I'm picking the best place. The worst one is when I've had it in my head for ages, and then it's closed, or you get there and you're like, and you go, can I have pancakes? Oh, we've not got pancakes today. You're like, sorry.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I will judo kick you.
When I come down for that continental, I was like, oh, muffins. I've had about 1,000 over the past week carbing up.
Carbing up. I think that as well, when you're carbing up for a show, by that point you're like, fucking hell, I'm so, like, when you was younger, you didn't need as many carbs.
No, I probably didn't carb up anywhere near.
No. And now that you carb up, so how much do you carb up on?
I've done 1,500 grams of carbs.
A day?
12, well, like tapered down 15, 12 to 1,000. Yeah.
By the time you've eaten that, you don't want to eat fuck all day.
No, nothing.
Like, you're just like,
in Portugal, I remember messaging Jamie going, mate, I'm like 3 meals in here, I'm bursting, I'm struggling to eat. Got a show like tomorrow, I can't. He's like, no, get it in. But
then you go to bed as well, and this, I think you had the same thing when I beat you for the PCA. And you're like, fucking hell, like, I feel like I'm watery.
Yeah, you feel like you've blown everything, don't you?
Yeah.
You feel like you've really
but then you get up, mate, and you look like concrete.
Yeah.
It's fucking nuts, when you get it right.
Just like, yeah.
But do you know what, mate? Touch wood, this fucking not.
Touch your head.
Yeah.
Do you want my penis? It's not hard yet, but you can.
Since the day I started, never once got it wrong yet on show dates. So I've always been like crispy and peeled and dry.
Yeah, that's your physique though.
Probably, maybe it is, and maybe it's just.
But to be fair, like, I think you diet on what, 500 gram carbs. That's the lowest you go. No cardio.
So it's, no.
Yeah, you're no cardio either.
Hey.
Yeah, can't do it.
I think you're a fat cunt. That's all it is.
Yeah, the real lads. Yeah, the real. Get them. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I just started getting fat. But yeah, I don't think it's difficult when you go to bed and you're like, I've had it with clients and you'll have had the same. It's like, I look like shit, I've blown it, mate. Are you sure this is right? And you're like, Kim, just trust me.
Yeah.
Like,
wait till you wake up.
And then in the morning, like, fucking hell. You're like, yeah, told you.
Do you know what, though? I think there's a lot to be said in that, just trusting the process. Because I've always just not stressed over that bit. You know, like the Ronnie Coleman story with Kevin Levrone, and he's eating pizza.
On the vodka thing.
Yeah, and then he wakes up and it's like, oh, game over, he's won everything ever since. Yeah. Just because he's relaxed.
Yeah.
So if he's stressing before bed going, I'm going to wake up watery, well, your cortisone shoots through the roof and you probably fucking will.
Yeah, and I think I said this to a client yesterday, like, your emotional attachment to your physique, you don't see it.
No.
Like, you do not, like, I remember when I won one of the shows.
One of them.
No, dickhead.
Only won one, turned pro.
Just came in, won, done, completed it, mate. Completed bodybuilding. When I'd look back at the videos now and think, what the fuck was I thinking? Like, I was shredded on the morning thinking, I need to be drier. I look wank. And it's like, your head's just so fucked. That's why
I posted a video the other day, a back video, and at the time, mate, there's no way to posted it. I wouldn't even I felt so shit about myself. And it's not even show ready. It's probably like 8 weeks out or something. But I looked at it the other day and I'm like, oh, that's pretty impressive.
What do you think actually causes us to feel like that?
I suppose it's anything really. No one ever truly, I don't think, lives in the moment and takes it all in. Do you know what I mean? Like, you'll look back on a holiday you've been on now and you're like, oh, I wish I was there. But even daft things like, sometimes I might think about the kids and think, oh, all I want to do is just sit and chill and watch a film with the kids. Yeah. When I am, I'm probably agitated to fuck, you know what I mean? But when I look back on it, I'm like, oh, we should have just...
Being more present.
Yeah.
I think what it is as well is, like, when you're that quite depleted, you feel a lot, even though it's there's not a lot of pressure in reality. In the real world, outside the bodybuilding bubble, there's not a lot of pressure, let's be honest, in a sense. It's us that puts the pressure on ourselves.
Because no one really cares.
No, they don't actually care. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, you won, you lost, doesn't really matter. After a week, it's gone.
Yeah.
But in a sense of like, we put that pressure on ourselves, and that then like builds up over time. So you're like, I don't want to post that because what if people think I don't look good? Or what? And then you don't even want opinions. Yeah. Like I got to a point where I was like, I'm not even going on Instagram because I need to post because, again, it's great for the business, but also it fucking ruins my head because if someone says I look good, I think you don't know what you're on about. And if someone says I look shit, I think, oh my God, like if I look shit.
Do you know what though? Like there is a big social media pressure that sometimes it does swallow you up. I only a couple of days ago I said to her, I went, I just wish I could just delete every social media platform.
Please don't.
And,
you know.
And just be able to just not have my phone and just live in the real world for a minute. But obviously, you know, like you say, good for business, and you're actually, what you're doing as part of that platform is helping change hundreds of lives for the better. 100%. So you've got to think of other people and not just yourself. Because if it was just for you, you'd be like, see ya.
Yeah, I'm bowing out.
I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done.
I'm going to go and live in a cabin in the woods.
You were saying that, weren't you, about the guy in Australia on his jet ski?
Yeah.
Just literally.
It's class, isn't it?
Yeah. I think, but
sorry to interrupt them, but he's actually got a drone and he's recording himself.
And put it on YouTube.
So even though he's like complete freedom, chilling on a jet ski, no one for miles around, well, he's still tied down. Yeah.
But I think as well, when you look at it from, like you say, not just you personally, like from an impact standpoint, it's amazing to be able to connect with so many different people. Like you just said before, there's people who've gone and got the teeth done and they've messaged you a couple of times from the other fucking side of the country and you don't really know them, but they know you and you like, and then you converse and then you become friends. Like I've had it before where some of my fucking best mates are from social media that I've actually met up in a different country with. Like, what the fuck, that's nuts.
It is crazy, isn't it?
It is crazy, but I think because of the pressure, when you're prepping, because there is so many opinions, and I think as humans, we only look at the negative comments. You could get 1,000 good comments. Go on, bro, you're smashing it, bro. And one, you look shit. You just focus on that.
Just takes one, mate. Do you know someone that's got 1 million followers? If they read their comments, they will tell you now. Just that one still affects them.
Yeah. Wonder why that is though.
I don't know.
I think there was. I've seen something that's been played on YouTube that it's something to do with the human brain, the way we only like focus on the negative, not the actual positive.
Well, that's the reason for the news, mate.
Yeah.
Like if the news was all about positive stuff, no one would listen to it.
No, because
I don't know if it's like sometimes like them negatives are helping. Like people get up, listen to the news, and go, "World's fucked. I feel all right." You know what I mean?
I used to love that with Jeremy Kyle. That's why I miss it. Think, fucking, I'm doing all right here. Actually, to be fair, I've only got one lie detector test this week. one DNA test this week. But we got. I put up like some questions.
Yeah.
So let's actually answer, because we never fucking end up answering them, do we?
We just chat shit.
We just talk about ourselves. We're so self-centered about bullshit.
And then leave and go, oh crap, we missed
it.
Go,
oh, we actually didn't do any questions. Okay, so someone's asked, do you feel that genetics play a massive part in your success of bodybuilding? Or is it the right mindset?
I think both.
Tough question, because the right mindset can come from genetics too, I'd say. Do you know what I mean?
Do you reckon? Yeah. No, I think nature, nurture, the way you're brought up. If you put somebody in a certain environment with certain people with a certain mindset, that's going to conflict how they think. Yeah. Some people aren't born negative.
Yeah,
it's more of learned behaviour.
Environment,
more environment. So I think yes, genetics don't. I don't think genetics play that much of a part on somebody's mindset. I think it's an environmental thing.
Yeah, you're probably right.
But I do feel like when you get to this. Say for me, let's just hypothetically me, when you're at this top level.
Talk about yourself again.
Oh, sorry, mate. This is the Ryan Carver show. San Diego. Kind of a big deal. Anyway, as I was saying, so I rudely interrupted my cue. When people when we're in this top 1%, like top 10%, whatever you want to fucking call it, genetics play a part. Because I could work as hard as any of the top 5 Olympians. I couldn't even get to their physiques because. You've got that genetic. We were saying this about open, weren't we?
Yes.
We were saying it doesn't matter how hard somebody works. I think me and you were talking about it as well.
Yeah.
You're never gonna be Samson.
You'll only be an open bodybuilder if your genetics allow you to be. So
because when you look at it as well, like these hyper responders, we were saying about Mark Hector. Mark Hector, I knew exactly Mark Hector's cycle. I knew exactly what he was doing because I was with Cal and I was training with him. He wasn't doing any more than me, but he was 300 £.
Yeah.
And it's like, because he's just a hyper responder. So when people think open bodybuilders have just pushed so hard, no, they probably pushed as hard as the rest of us, but just respond a lot better. So I think genetics do come into play, but I do think a lot of people bow out for genetics.
Yeah, you got to say, because the mindset is, right, you look the way you look, we all look the way we look because of the thousands of hours, the thousands of reps, the thousands of meals, the getting up, doing the cardio, getting up early, going to bed late. You've just done it on repeat for 15, 20 years. It's going to have an effect on the way that you look. Do you know what I mean? Like
consistency over time.
Yeah, consistency times by time equals results always.
And that's the one thing is like genetics you can't buy a physique like this. And the genetics, it may take you longer, but you can just work harder. And the harder you work, the more success you're going to have.
Do you know, it's funny, some old bloke said to me this morning when I do my little morning swim or whatever, he says, how long did it take you to look that way? And I was like,
just one car accident.
Yeah. Okay, though.
Sorry, go on.
But it was like, I didn't know how to answer the question because I was like, well, it's kind of been down to what I did from day one.
Yeah.
From playing sports, from being active, from being fit. It's not all just like, oh, hold on, right, I'm going to start
bodybuilding and then
trying to look a certain way now, and then this is how many years it took. It's from.
Yeah.
That's another thing as well. I think if you have got like them sort of genetics, that does play a part. For example, like when you are good at sport and you get into the gym, you see the results a little bit quicker. You're already good at it. You're already strong. That is going to improve your motivation to then carry on.
Yeah, when you see them results. So
I do think genetics do obviously play a massive part, but I just think your mindset will override genetics.
Crazy, you know, when I first started in a total fitness, I think I was like 14, 15 when I started the gym, and all my close mates, you know, every one of them was training together, and then it'd either just be me and one of them or me and one of the others, whichever ones were like switched on at the time. And there was a few of them out of them that they'd jump in with me, we'd do a couple of months, and you'd see them physically, because we were like young, you'd see them physically change and be like, shit, they're outgrowing me, they're out strength, everything, and then they just fall off.
Literally wrote this today on Instagram saying that you can beat people by just staying consistent for a long period of time.
Yeah, it's just
there's
the test
so
of
many
time,
people.
innit?
There's so many people that was better than me when I was a junior bodybuilder. That now no longer bodybuild. We was on about this. What was his name? Dan? Was it Dan?
Dan Hyam?
Yeah, Dan Hyam.
Yeah.
He was like, come in, won everything first year, and then just didn't want to bodybuild anymore. Go on, no,
because that's on the flip side of it. You can have like the best genetics, but if your mindset's not there, you just.
The thing is with Dan though, his mindset was, so I remember I first seen him, he was called Bigger by the Day or something like that on Facebook, and he was huge when we were young. He was bang into it, he was doing all the eating right and training, and then when he did his first year competing, like I say, he just wiped the floor with everyone, and then he just
burnt out.
Disappeared.
And that shows, doesn't it? Like if your mindset's not there to back it, and you can't keep going at that level, then genetics don't mean shit. Right, another question. It's a bit shit, I can't read, innit? Fuck it. Guys. Anyway, is it normal for sex drive to drop in contest prep? Or because you're on the trend, should it stay high?
It's normal. I don't care what drugs you're taking at what dose.
Just get a fitter bird.
Yeah. Check your missus.
Check.
I think that if you're depleted and you're tired, you're hungry.
I think it's a mental thing as well, because you've got so much energy into what you're doing. You're doing cardio in the morning, posing rounds. Well, you're doing cardio, but then you're doing training.
Don't be posing either.
You don't train.
Barely train as well.
Basically, it just takes Tren, so he's fine. But so then you've got all them factors in. You've got low body fat levels, low sleep, low food. The last thing
high stress.
Yeah, high stress. The last thing on your mind is vagina.
Literally, mate, yeah.
Because you like boys.
Yeah.
No, but it's...
anal or nothing.
Yeah, anal or nothing. Dry anal or nothing. Sawdust on it. No, I'm joking. Stop that. Anyway, it's not that type of podcast. It is. Do what you want.
We whatever we want.
But yeah.
That's where Cialis come into play.
Yeah, it's literally like, right, let's take... Oh, for fuck's sake, right, let me just take a Viagra. Yeah. Just use me. Just use... Yeah, go on, babe.
Just jump around for a minute.
Yeah, just jump around. But, like you were saying on the other podcast, you're actually better at sex because you're more flexible
Yeah.
and you've got better cardio.
Got better stamina, but just can't be
So that
arsed.
sweet spot between 8 weeks out and 4 weeks out, you better make some fucking
Yeah,
shagging,
yeah.
or
The
just
elite
be really
level.
good at fingering.
Yeah, I
just-
suppose.
yeah.
But then you get cramped because you're on clen.
Yeah.
Your forearms cramp up.
Yeah, literally.
Why do we do this?
Every time 4 rounds, innit? Get the techniques in the Falcon and that. But yeah, I don't know what I was doing there.
That's what's the bowling ball.
Some Star Trek. Some Star Trek.
there.
Yeah.
2 in the pink, 1 in the stink. Anyway, so yeah, sex drive dropping on prep is normal. It is hard to explain to a partner though, because I've been on the flip side of it, where I've been with people who prep, girls who prep, and then you're like, are you all right? Is everything okay?
They're going to take it personally.
Yeah.
They're always going to take it personally.
What? Why? Because the females.
No, even the opposite way around, you would yourself.
But yeah, saying that, for being on the flip side of someone who's on prep, and then because you become so withdrawn, and you'll sit on the other side of the settee, and you'll not want to talk, and you're like, freaking, are you all right? Like, is everything okay? But because you're in prep, you don't see it yourself.
No, bro. I often fucking that sounds weird. Lock myself in other rooms. But I often go into a separate room and just try and get shit done.
Yeah.
Just try and clear my mind. I'll hoover up. I'll do the dishes. I'll just be prepping meals out the way, not realizing that my family's in the other room and I'm just shut them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can't just sit there and it's so hard to be present. You can't watch a film.
No. Go to cinema and you're like, I'm gonna switch off. Oh, I've got that meal. What time's that meal? What time's this? I've got that. Oh, that. I've got that. Have I got that? And you literally, in my notes, I'm writing shit
I'll
down.
go to the cinema on my own and it's the same. Something's just clicked, write it down on my notes.
Yeah.
Then I look at the TV for a minute and then I'm like, what time is it? Is it time for a meal? Okay, like 3 minutes left.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah,
same,
literally.
isn't it?
You're just, you're so in tune with it all. That's what
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
Next question is, do you know the right time to do your first show?
The right time. Go on, Tom.
I think it's very tough. That, I mean, everyone wants to be bigger, don't they?
Yeah, what I would say is, don't wait until you think you're big enough.
Yeah.
Because that day will never
It'll
come.
never come.
Yeah.
You always want to be bigger. Always.
For me, it's just go for
I
it.
think bite the
See
bullet,
where
yeah.
you're at. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
bite
what
the
I
bullet.
did.
Yeah.
I always advise a client to be like, let's do a whole process of a year.
Yeah.
So let's give it a year. Let's do a push-up phase, a cutting phase, for a holiday, for something else. Trial that, get the rebound, which will then put us into another growing phase.
Yeah.
So really, it's a 2-year project. Depending on the person, if they're coming to me and they've been training 10 years,
Yeah,
and they've already got a lot of
different
muscle.
story, yeah.
But if you're just
Talking about
starting
someone
out,
who's new, yeah.
what I think I would have wished I'd done is I would have had a period of time from the ages of 18 to 21 of that whole push up, cut down, push up, cut down, but really methodically, and actually grown like a decent amount of muscle, then competed, rather than going from, oh, I eat Harry Bowls and KFC and play football to, I'm going to do a contest prep.
Yeah, prep. Yeah.
Because even though I did well, it was like I wasted quite a lot of time within that process, or I could have been a lot further on. So rather than thinking, right, I want a pro card when I'm 21, or rather than thinking I want to compete now, I could have been like, well, I actually want to be a British champion and a pro card at 21.
Yeah.
So then have that process then. Like I've got kids now who come to me at 18, and I'm like, you are taking every mistake I've ever fucking made out of the equation.
Yeah.
So it's like, right, we're going to do this, 20 weeks push up, 10 week pull down, 20 week push up. It's a 50 week fucking process. But go through that process, because you don't even know, the other side of it as well is you don't even know you can diet. You don't know if you actually enjoy it. So if you go through that process without the pressure of a show, just for a holiday, and get there or thereabouts,
At least you know what
at least you know what you can do.
I think that's a big that age between maybe even 16 to 20 or whatever. That's the sweet spot there. I never had that age.
No.
I was doing like, what do you call it?
Drugs.
Yeah, doing a lot of class A's and shit. But I was was doing class A's. So I was going out on a weekend drinking all
Good
the
time though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was a fucking great
I'm still
time.
doing class. No, I'm not.
But I was trying to get as big as I possibly could and stay as lean as I possibly could. I didn't have a fucking clue what I was doing.
No.
And I was searching around for the answer of everyone. I didn't have a clue and just wasted years and
Well,
years.
I said this the other day. Someone said, "Oh, why has everyone got a fucking coach now?" And I'm like, because they're clever. Because you skip 5 years of fucking wasting
Messing
time.
about, yeah.
Oh,
Because
100%.
because you were doing D-ball cycles, oxy cycles, fucking Sussendecker, everything you were doing. no training plan. You're picking stuff up at the gym.
Yeah.
There wasn't as much content back then as there is now. So now it's like, if you can skip, and this is the other thing as well, people are like, oh, these new physiques, everyone's so fucking big at such a young age. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because at
so they should
16,
be.
at 16, they start out doing what we're doing now. Where it's like, we had 5 years of fucking about. Do you know what I mean?
So that's the way generations should be. The next generation should always be better because they learn from the previous.
It's not because people are taking more drugs. It's not because, it's because there's no misguided information.
People are more on top of the health because of the likes of the private blood work and stuff. That never used to be a thing years ago.
We didn't have a clue, did we?
No,
It was
we
like,
didn't,
oh,
no.
mate, I feel like shit, I can't get it up. Put some more testing.
Sound.
I remember like one of my first cycles was what everybody else in the gym who were like 20 years deep into bodybuilding, same cycle.
No,
And
everyone,
I'm
mate,
like,
yeah.
I'm fucking 18. I'm
2
like,
mil a sauce, 2 mil a
yeah,
deck.
literally.
Go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do miss them times because it was like old school's fucking just get in and
Mate,
train.
I remember doing it, like, yeah, have these nap 50s.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
The green ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love them.
I feel strong. Right, do 2 a day. Oh, I've got an headache. You'll be all right.
Yeah. Take some milk thistle.
Some milk
thistle.
thistle. Do 3 a day.
Blood 52.
My nose is bleeding. All right, maybe just stick to 2 then.
Yeah. Let's stop letting your missus punch you. You soft cunt. But then I was always the same because it was like literally in our gym. It was like everyone was a door lad. Everyone was fucking huge. Everyone was just like in from work.
That was what it was then,
Yeah.
though. They were all doormen.
Yeah.
Like, what's that film? The Rise of the Foot
Well,
Soldier?
yeah,
It was all like that, wasn't
He
it?
basically, Carlton Leach, he come into our gym and I worked behind the desk and he was like, all right, young gun. I was thinking, fucking hell, hiya, mate. And then you just let him talk. He'd sit and he'd just talk and I'd just listen. But everybody in that thing was like literally in that jail every 2 minutes. Big heads, you know what I mean? You're thinking, fucking hell, like, I don't dare. I'd be like, excuse me, can I use that weights, please? Like now, the waltzing in being like, yeah, mate, I've got 6 sets on here.
Yeah.
Like, if you did that back then, you'd be fucking...
After Total Fitness went to my first like bodybuilding gym. It's not anymore. It's changed to a fighting gym. I remember walking in and there's some couches. There's a bloke sat there. He's in his middle of the winter. He's in a white vest. He's reading the paper. Steam's coming off him.
Yeah.
He's got his injections ready there with the green. He's like straight through his jeans into his leg. I'm like, yeah, this is a fucking proper
This is
gym.
we're home. Still doing that now. But yeah, that was what it was like, wasn't it? I remember going in and there were some, I see him now actually, 2 door lads, Ed Door lad at the biggest nightclub, and he was fucking squatting and I said to my mate, we're doing our GCSEs, so we'd go from doing like the fucking, where you do multiple tests.
Yeah.
I'd be like, fuck, I'm off. See you in a bit. Finished, go down to the gym and then we're like to my mate, I was like, do you think they're on steroids? Like, absolutely juiced out of his head. I'm like, I think he's on steroids. And then I said to the lad behind the desk, he was like, you need some of this. I said, go on then, fucking. He jabbed me in, mate, I didn't have a shoulder. He jabbed me in my shoulder with a green. Because bearing in mind, he must, and now, knowing now, he must have thought, I'm not wasting my blues on him.
Yeah.
He drew out with the same green and just, it went, and I was like, I said to him, pal, I said, it's not for me this. So if that's what it takes to fucking be big, I'm,
pay for that
fuck that off as I'm gone. Yeah, so that was my introduction into gear, like.
Yeah. I remember my first time. It sounds like we're talking about shagging here.
This is therapy. I remember my first time. You
And
touched me.
them snap off files, and remember having a dead arm for fucking days. Like,
Yeah.
but thinking back then, even at the time, doing class A's, drinking, not eating much food, just doing everything wrong, the progress was like fucking next level.
It's mad, isn't it?
It's annoying thinking back, like shit.
Yeah,
because
because you're still shit.
Yeah, it could have been way
Yeah, I
less
could have,
shit.
would have, should have been big, but I'm not. But yeah, I remember one time this guy, he says to me, "Have you ever?" You're saying about jabbing your leg. Have you ever jabbed your leg? I was like, "Nah, fuck that." He went, "I'll do it for you." Fucking hell. I was working on a building site at the time, right, labouring. So goes into obviously classic sunbed room. Didn't even have a tan. Everyone was in there. Everyone's white. But anyway, he put it right in my hip flexor. Oh my god. So I was like, fucking hell, it feels a bit tasty. Next day I couldn't get out of bed. Mum's like, you work, you've got like, bearing in mind 5 in the morning, work. I said, Mum, I pulled my leg at the gym. Couldn't tell her I fucking jabbed gear. I was like, couldn't walk for days, mate. That's a week off work. I said to him, what the fuck have you done to me? He went, I might have just done it a bit high. Fucking hell, mate. I said, I've never ever jabbed in my leg since. PTSD.
You know when you have like, you'd every so often have a jab, a sus or test, and you'd have like the flu or whatever.
Yeah.
I did one in my glute, and it was 2 mil in my glute, like a big fucking rock. I had the flu, like one side of my leg was fucking killing me. So next time, clever, I thought, right, it was because I put 2 mil in, so what I'll do 1 mil in each cheek.
No,
So I did 1 mil in each cheek, had the flu, 2 fucking big rocks, couldn't walk, rang in work, can't come in today. I was fucked.
Yeah, the worst one I ever done, mate, was like, you ever jabbed your carbs? I was like, nah. He was like, quite tasty, you know, it's quite good. You get like a good pump. I said, how much you put in? He went, just half a mil. Oh, mate, I ain't even got carbs to put it in. So put it with a blue in my calf, mate.
Can't
couldn't
move. No.
Like literally, I was thinking, fucking, I can't walk. Shit that you're doing it.
I remember my first one. I remember the gym owner showed me how to do it basically on himself. Just like stood there and he was like, yep. And then I remember it. So I went home then. Went home and honestly, I shit you not, and I ran 50 minutes walking around my bedroom like nope. Like an hour and 50 minutes, and it got to the point where I rang one of the lads and was like, "You're gonna have to come down, lad." And he hadn't touched gear for like a year.
I'm still like this now with him. He
hadn't touched gear for a year, and he actually injected himself with gear. So I'd inject myself. So I was like, "All right, yeah, bang."
Mate,
and he just did it.
We used to go. No, remember Wigan Pier?
Yeah, of course.
Well, we all used to go to Wigan Pier. It was like a little gay orgy before we go. We'd all be in my room.
T-shirts
slap
in
each
dryer.
other's ass and jab. Everyone have a jab before they go out.
To me, yeah, you can feel it. I feel that. It's in. Get it in.
One of the lads was like, I just can't do it. So the other lad went, right, watch. Here, get it. In, out, in, out, in, out. He's fucking fine. Here.
Didn't even say needle. Fucking horrible.
Wow.
I remember one of my best pals, if he watches this, he'll fucking hate me telling this. But first time he was like, he was there, and pants down, fucking stood against his bedroom door, yeah, and I'm like, right, are you ready? Ready, I'm ready. I was like, boom, fainted.
Oh
so,
my God.
How do you explain your mate on the floor, right, in front of you, his dad's like, David? You all right? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, he's on the floor, like, fucking full on, like,
oh my God,
fainted. And I think he's got his pants down. I'm fucking here. I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? He said, yeah, it always happens that. Could have fucking told me. Fucking hell. No. Yeah, good times.
Good times.
Right, another question. So, how do I tell my coach that I don't think his services are up to scratch? He basically just sends me a voice note.
You've just got to be honest.
Just be honest, yeah.
Yeah, just have a conversation. You should have a relationship with the guy or girl, whoever it is, and just let them know how you're feeling and what you expect from them. Because maybe they're giving you a voice note because they feel that you're happy with the service and that's all that you want.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that I've learned as well is with the level of service now, that is what is going to make you stand out from other coaches.
Yeah.
Because even though it takes more time, and
Absolutely.
you need to give more resources and you need to educate people more. But I know what we've found is people look at the results in 8 weeks and go, how the fuck have they got them results? It's not even real, it's fake, it's whatever they want to say. But it is because we've given them the tools and the knowledge to actually execute the plan perfectly.
So yesterday when I set someone up, he was like, oh bro, this is amazing. You've given me links to all the supplementation. I went, yeah. To make it bulletproof, so you don't now have to search that product online and try and find it and then maybe not take it. Just click the link and buy it, done. And
I think as well, the same thing as when we're doing an onboarding video, it's if they know the importance of why they're doing it and it makes logical sense to them, they can make an informed decision.
Yeah, but they need to understand. Yeah.
The other side of it is with the voice note, for me, you can't, say we're critiquing a physique and we're like, right, well, you've got a little bit leaner here, you look at this here, and we're comparing the photos back and forth. If the client can see that process, they go, fuck, I've not seen that. Because they never do it. They never put them next to each other. So then a voice note doesn't really convey that. You can't see the actual work we're doing and why we're doing it. I think what a lot of people do is they coach people how they want to be coached. And we've had it as well where so I've got some people who want voice notes. And they simply just want that. And then that's when you start working towards the client. But if your coach isn't... The other side of it is, though, as well, is... Are you asking the coach to do something because you've seen somebody else do it? Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. What, like for me, the way I look at it in terms of coaching, I want a result in whatever weeks. I don't care personally.
Do you think that's because you've been bodybuilding so long?
100%. Yeah. 100%.
And you know what you're doing.
Yeah. So from day one, I've had information and built up and this, that, and the other. Where if you're new to the game, you want to know every single piece of information because you need to learn and understand. So I don't need someone holding my hand and comparing this and telling me this and telling me that because I'm like, I already know that shit. Let's just have a decision and move on. Someone else, for them to be able to stick to a plan, they need to understand why they're doing something.
The reason, the importance of why they're doing it.
Because if you just say to him, right, add creatine in, And they're like, well, I don't, and you don't tell them why.
Yeah.
There's a good chance they just won't do it.
Yeah, because they don't understand how important it is. The same thing with even goal. I do it as well with goal setting, and you'll do it. It's like with competing. You'll say to your coach like, "So when are we competing then?" Because you want that decision to be made for you. So then you're like, "Right, I'm just going to do it."
Yeah.
Whereas I'm doing the same. We roadmap for our clients where we're like, "Right, this is what we're going to do here. This is what we're going to do there," and that just gives them that clarity to be like, "Right, I know exactly what we're doing." Because they'll come to us and go, "When am I competing then? Should I compete this time? Should I compete that time?" It's our job as coaches to plan that out for them.
Yeah, so like obviously with what we do on the app now, they've got a goal, they've got a week number, it counts down, they can see exactly when and to what we're working to. But that's just a goal that can be adjusted then.
Yes.
Depending what happens as you go
and
forward.
Even
but at
down
least you
to
work
us, for us, like when you're dealing with high volume of clients, you're not going to remember every single person's when the health phase is. Do you need that? So, okay, we've been pushing for this amount of time. This is when we need to get blood work. Yeah. That allows them to pre-plan. Yeah. So it makes sure that they've got everything in stock. They've got everything, the appointments booked. If you just go to them, I'll get blood work next week. Like, well, I ain't got the money. I haven't got the time. And you just need more planning, innit?
Yeah, and then that could go span weeks then where you're not being able to do anything.
Yes.
Yep. Right, let's look at some of these fucking... oh, Jesus. Right. What are they called? The NGL? Is it the questions?
Yeah.
I don't know what it stands for.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I thought
That's
it.
it.
Is that what it actually
is? That what it is? I don't know. I've never thought about
Not
it
gonna
before.
lie.
Okay.
Oh
so,
yeah, I suppose because you're not gonna. So
Well,
they ask you the question.
well, probably I'm gonna lie.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
we
fuck.
will lie a little bit.
Okay, so let's have a look.
I've been lying
What's
for the
your
whole
favourite
podcast.
carb source? Do you still max out with oats, rice, potatoes, and then add cereal bars in to make it easier to food top up?
For me personally, rice. It's all rice. Rice cakes and cream of rice. There's one meal now where I have potatoes. I'm fine with it. I make air fried chips. But apart from that, when
Why?
you're eating because of high volume of food, if you're eating loads of oats all day and loads of fibre and that, digestion gets smashed.
Yeah, that's what I found is so what I'll do is I'll set the plan out to the fibre content that I need. Say, for example, just hypothetically, about 10 grams to every 1,000 calories. And then adding more and more food in the off-season is looking for things that haven't got fibre in.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, well, I don't want to be bunging up, like, people are adding oats. The other side of it as well is when you get to these higher thresholds of food, you want to make smart choices because it comes down to just an adherence thing. Yeah. It just comes down to, we've got this amount of micros in, this amount of macros. Right, we need more carbohydrates. Yeah. Where can we put them carbohydrates and where can we make it the fucking easiest to get them carbohydrates in so we can stick to it every single time?
This is what I speak to a client all the time. And when we're pushing and we're really pushing, I'm like, right, can you handle more food? If so, where can you handle it?
Yes. Yeah.
And then I'll make a decision whether that's, we can't quite put it there, but could you handle it here? Mm-hmm. You've got to put it in the right places.
Yeah, because when you're on that brink of, say, 5,000 calories, you can put an extra 200 calories in and it fucks
destroy someone. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then even down to a point where with the carbohydrates, I sometimes then go, okay, well, is it going to matter if we've got 700 grams carbs? Can I add in 200 calories from fats? Because fats are so much denser. It's going to be so much easier to add in 30 grams of peanut butter than it is to add in another fucking 50 grams of oats. Yeah. So it's like, at the end of the day, we're still in a surplus. Yeah. Yes, it's not just come from carbohydrates, but we're going to be in a surplus. For me, I think my favourite carb source is, like you say, I think for digestion and for many different people as well, like I've never had anybody who can't handle rice. No. I think Stan Efren did a thing on it, didn't he?
Saying massive
on rice. Potatoes are good, but I can't eat them in high volume.
Not a lot of them, no.
No, because it just, I see people trying to carb up on potatoes.
No. Yeah, so do you know what it's in mine at the minute? There's, I have 400 gram of potato in my fifth meal, which is like a tea time meal. Yeah. So I'm able to make steak and chips and sit and try and enjoy that meal.
Carissa does, yeah.
Carissa does, yeah. If it was just another steak and rice, I'd just struggle to get it down.
I tend to find in the off-season preferring rice, but as I transition into a prep, bring more potatoes in.
Yeah, just
to feel fuller.
Fill you up, yeah.
But then with the oats as well, I know I can't do more than 2 bowls of oats a day because my digestion goes just a mess.
Yeah, I'll probably do one, but again blended of oats. But then, for example, rice, cream of rice, and then when I start to add things into, saying higher, into post-workout, I'll do things like bagels and jam just because it's easier to get in. Yeah. If you're talking 80 gram of carbs, it's a piece of piss. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Three bagel thins and jam is 100 gram of carbs.
Yeah, easy.
Done. So I'll do that. One as well because, say I'm driving home, I can eat that conveniently. Yeah. So I'm not got that time scale.
That's the other big thing though as well. Obviously when you're working with a client, it's about what they do for work and where they are and when they eat that meal. They don't want to be eating chicken and rice while they're driving, but if they've got a chicken wrap or 2 chicken wraps, it's easy done, isn't it?
So this is what I always explain to clients as well, like post-workout, if you trained as hard as I expect you to train, you need something that's going to be palatable and something that's going to be easy to get in. Because the main focus there is to replenish.
Yeah.
So get some fast-acting carbohydrates in and get some protein in. So then for you to have cold chicken and rice in your car, you're not going to do it. Or it's just not the most optimal way to do it. It's like, okay, well, if we can have Cocoa Pops or Frosties or something that's actually tasty and we're having 150 gram of carbs through that, at that point of off-season, it's a matter of get that fucker in. Do you know what I mean? And the body... we're going to take fucking insulin anyway post-workout, so why are you fucking worried? It's all going to get shuttled in.
Yeah.
I know some people go against whole foods, but I think everything has its place.
I've done it both ways. I've done it, been peeled at me nut going into a show, eating Cocoa Pops.
Yeah.
And I've also done a whole food approach. I think the older I got, the more I had to switch to whole food because it just agrees with me better.
Like the additives, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it. I did a whole prep eating a Pop-Tart. I said, I'm going to prove that you can still eat a Pop-Tart. It was fucking nightmare because it was high in fucking carbohydrates and that. But I said, I'm going to eat a Pop-Tart all the way up to fucking carb up because I could tell you that you could still eat this shit food here and still get shredded.
I think he did it, Jake Nicolopius or whatever his name is. He did a pizza every day.
And he was just eating.
Yeah, peeled. I'm not sure he was coaches at the time, but they did a daily pizza up into the show.
Yeah.
And he's peeled. Is that Australian guy?
Yeah, I think that's as well. That comes down to people's metabolism because if you're going to give them like high calorie foods like that, it's going to be very difficult for some people for like satiety.
So he might be dieting on 4,000 calories.
Yeah.
He does one pizza and then probably 3 meals or something.
Okay, what's the next one? What inspired you to take bodybuilding seriously? I don't take it seriously now.
I don't take anything in life seriously. Wrong question.
No, go on. What?
Don't know, mate. It was no one or nothing in particular. I just got going, and then just the sense of like when I first competed, I was fucking dead last for years. I just enjoyed getting myself in shape. It just genuinely was not about the show. It was not about winning because I just knew I had absolutely no chance. I just enjoyed.
You had a good physique when you started, though.
I was lean, but I was just really thin, really small. Kind of sound like the same now, really. So yeah, it was literally just for myself. It sounds like cliche to say, but I'm being genuine. Like it was just for me. I just wanted to get better and better in myself. I didn't ever imagine getting half decent at it.
For me, it was I was like I could do that diet. Everybody in the gym was competing. I played football, played sport, all that, and then I was like, I could do that. I seen everybody suffering. Everyone was like, you'll never be able to handle this diet. And I said, give me the fucking diet sheet. Let me just have a go at it. And I'm stubborn as fuck. So then they genuinely had bets on. They had a tenner bet that I couldn't do it. And I know it sounds like a true story. The guy actually put the bet on, he's dead now, bless him. But anyway, so I basically was like, I'm going to do it. And I started doing really well. And then when I competed, it was Neil Hill that came to me and was like, you could be a pro. And I was only like fucking 19. He said, come to Cardiff, meet me, and we'll go for a training session, hardest training session I've ever done in my life. And he was like, yeah, I want to coach you. And I was like, yeah, I can't afford you, mate. And he was like, no, you don't have to pay me. And that's what triggered me to go, yeah, I'm going to be professional.
Yeah, you're thinking I must be pretty
well,
good.
Yeah, he literally said it. I'm not going to say it's going to be in a year. I'm not going to say it'll be in 5 years because it's down to you. But genetically, structurally, the way you're put together, you could be a professional bodybuilder if you've been training a year and you look like this. And I was like, right then. And then obviously I just took it really serious then because it was like, I looked at it as like a second chance to be good at something because I was playing football at a high level. That wasn't down to me. It was down to everybody else. Yeah. And then you go to team. You live on the same. You've gone to trials. It's had a bad game. Yeah. And then you're like, fuck. You had that little bit of a moment to show yourself and you didn't get to show it. Bodybuilding was great because it was like, if I work fucking hard every single day, it pays off.
It reflects, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what got me just serious about it.
I think I remember 2016, turn up to a show, bit of a kid wonder there called Ryan Cartwright, and I thought, I can beat that cunt. I'm going to start pulling your finger out now.
Did he beat me?
Nah, I
was in the audience.
Yeah, he was
there.
He was actually, I've not met you then, had I?
No, you.
I'd only been back training like.
Yeah,
I've been back training 6 months.
Yeah, not long.
Queen's holiday.
It's quite cool.
Queen's holiday.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I always remember that show because I was like fucking dieting down, and then someone had put on saying, oh, he just photoshops his photos, or all photos doesn't even look like that. And I sponsored the whole show, didn't I remember?
Yeah.
And being a fucking prick as I am. So I sponsored the whole show and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing it. And then fucking it was with Jamie.
Yeah.
And then I was like, have you got any fucking dream, Tan? He was like, yeah. I was like, give that dream tan here. I was banging the dream tan on, stayed covered up all day. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Stayed covered up all day, and then I was like, it was a young kid who was a junior, and he was waiting for the overalls outside, and then I ragged off, and he was like, he waited all day, and he was like, oh, for fuck's sake. He was like, I'm going Nando's, fuck this. So I was like, sorry, because I actually said to him, I said, can I borrow your roller? And he was like, yeah. He's like, is it your first time? I was like, I've done one or two before, like, it was like, because I was covered up, and then I, like, just like playing it down, he was like, oh yeah, it's my first time, I'm buzzing, I won, I'm going to do it overall. I said, mate, you'll smash it, fair play. Ragged off, and then he was like, you prick. He was like, fuck off.
I think he won, didn't he? Was it Zane?
Zane Ainscough.
I know it was all to do with Napper and all that shit, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
And Ace, that's the first time I met Ace as
yeah,
well.
it was Ace's first show,
yeah,
wasn't
he
it?
peeled, wasn't he?
Yeah, he looked good, man. He was fucking sick, to be fair, wasn't he?
Yeah,
but
he
yeah,
was class.
but yeah, that's mad how it's now full circle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
crazy.
crazy. Yeah, really good. But what got you into?
To be fair, similar to Kieran. It was just
Seeing
like,
me on
seeing
stage.
So same day.
Thinking I'll beat him. Thinking I'll beat him. No, to be fair, it was just similar to Kieran in a gym. And then
Was it that Jay's gym?
No, it was actually one in Falmouth, near King's, but not King's. The other one, white one, I can't remember what it's called. Future Fitness.
Yeah.
If you've ever been. And Dan Leyland, the show promoter, was there and just said,
He put the Bolton show on,
yeah,
didn't
he
he?
did. He said you should compete, and I was like, and there's nothing on. I just think he wanted competitors for his show.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? I was like, all right, yeah, cool, and that was it. Just kind of like fell into
Did you
it.
do? You did the Northwest then, didn't you? After that.
Did the first of all did BNBF.
Natty.
I know.
BNBF.
I was straight in on fucking treadmill, wasn't it?
Natty Crew, and then I think it was 2 years after that did the Bolton, and then the week after that did the Lancashire, and then had the big.
So how many years ago was that when you started?
That was
That
a
was
lot.
about 10 years.
Yeah, 10
Is
years
it?
ago.
Is it been that long? Yeah.
But I had a big break with setting up the gym and everything.
Yeah, of
having
course,
a baby
yeah,
and
yeah.
all that. Just yeah, had a big break from it all, and then started up again.
It's fucking
last
mad,
year.
isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, you still couldn't beat me. No, I'm joking. You probably could now. Probably
It's
could
like
now.
you bailed and stayed in Classic.
Yeah, mate. Pussied out and went classic. Right, let's do the next one. What's your favourite accent on a female?
My wife's.
I don't even know. I've never really
Kieran's
thought,
wife?
I don't even know.
I can't. I think. Let's just do the worst because it's easier.
Scouse.
Yeah, it's the worst.
We're in
100%.
St. Helens, man. Fucking let's go. It's only got out next week.
It's 100% the worst.
Yeah,
I
Scouse.
struggle.
I think Scouse is hard. It's hard work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or Scottish, because no matter what, I just hear Shrek.
Yeah.
Like, don't get.
It's quite cool to listen to. But
No, it's not.
No, don't like.
No, I don't.
I think it's quite cool.
But then even like say Catherine, she's Irish, isn't she?
Oh yeah.
And she texted me yesterday saying, "Play that on times 2 because I'm so fucking boring." I said to her, "You do know you can't play Irish people on times 2." I was like, "There's not a chance."
She voiced out at me yesterday going hola because when I had a Zoom call with her, when I got off it, I kind of was like, "Is that lady Spanish?"
Does she like Thai green curry?
Does she like Thai green curry?
It was so funny the other day. Kieran just texted me saying, "What did he say?" Fucking Kyle's like, "Do you like Thai green curry?"
No, he just randomly went, "Dad, do you know Ryan?" I went, "I do know him. Does he like Thai green curry?" Don't know, mate, I'll ask you.
So, we'll do one more question because I think we've been on fucking forever, haven't we? Let's see. Pick the last one.
Who's going to be the winner?
Who's going to be winner? What should we make it good?
Yeah.
When is your OnlyFans coming? Are we doing OnlyFans together?
Landed, mate.
Yeah, it's already on there.
Yeah,
Check
yeah.
the link in the bio.
Yeah.
Link in the bio.
Would you ever do
one that says
OnlyFans?
8 weeks
Would you ever
physically.
do it? 8 dicks, 8 inches elite physique.
Do you know
It's
why?
not 8
Do
inches,
you know
I'll
why
be
I
honest,
wouldn't do it,
it's 9.
mate? Why I wouldn't do it? It's just can't be arsed. Too much work.
Oh, mate, I did it the other day. Some guy messaged me saying, "Can you do like a video in a vest?" This, that,
Yeah.
they were £300.
Is that the one you sent me?
And then I was like, fucking hell, Kieran, stop messaging me. I was like, you're wasting all your money here, Kieran. You've got an addiction. But yeah, and I just thought, sounds great. Like £300 for me just doing what I normally do. But it felt awkward.
Yeah,
Do
weird.
you know what I mean?
It's weird.
It was the dildo that took me off. But no, I don't think I'm sorry to disappoint, but I don't think I'd ever
It's
do
a
it.
business, mate, and at the end of the day, and fucking got enough of that shit going on. It's too much work.
Literally, I'm trying to do fucking podcasts.
Yeah, we're trying, aren't we?
Right.
Funneled up.
This is a fucking amazing
nice.
thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Hate you guys, hate being around you, but we wash next time. You're gonna have a wash next
No,
time.
fuck that,
No,
mate. Jesus.
But no, better quality, better audio.
Yep.
if you like this sort of stuff and you want us to take our clothes off, just comment below and like and subscribe.
We'll do a topless one.
We won't. Fucking let me diet. Then we'll do a
I
topless
need
one.
to shave, bro.
But no, it's a good episode. Again, what day is it now? Wednesday. So we'll get these out pretty much weekly. So every 2 weeks, every week. We'll see.
As much as possible.
As much as possible.
As much as possible.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you for watching. Comment below if there's anything that you want to see apart from Kieran naked. Let us know. Hopefully you found this informational, and if you don't shut up, mate, you talk too much. Sick of you.
I just over talk.
You just never shut
Sorry,
up. No, we're gonna let Tom talk a little bit more because me and Kieran don't shut up.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, sure.
See you in a bit.
Peace.